As we turn from the vacant block and look back across the street, we see a cafe which is popular with both locals and tourists alike. The signage above the building suggests that it was established in 1874, 2 years after our time travel exploration target of 1872. Okay. If this building has stood here in its current form since 1874, what did it look like 2 years earlier in 1872? Let's take a look. Having arrived back in 1872, we can now see that the stone facade from 2 years earlier has given way to a more modest, weatherboard style. The signage above now declares that it is Ward's Turf Hotel. And if you recall the poster from the Oyster Saloon previously, it is here that Mrs. Williams held her grand quadrille party on Easter Monday night. Attached to the rear of this hotel, the Theatre Royal was under construction as reported in the Australian Town and Country, Saturday, the 2nd of November, 1872.
New Theatre, Gulgong. Tenders have been advertised for and accepted by Mr. Ward of the Turf Hotel, Queen Street, for the erection of a new theatre which is to be completed in a month. When finished, it is expected to accommodate comfortably about 800 persons. Australian Town and Country, Saturday the 2nd of November 1872.
On its completion, the Theatre Royal staged some of the most famous opera singers from not just the Goldfields, but from all over Australia. Aside from its operatic extravaganzas, hilarious vaudeville performances, and light-hearted matinees, the Theatre Royal also played host to visiting lecturers addressing current topics and even new scientific discoveries. One such so-called scientist was a French woman by the name of Marie Sibley, who lectured under the pseudonym of Madame Sibley. Sibley claimed to be a mesmerist and phrenologist, which was an emerging science. She and others claimed that by examining the bumps on the skull of the recipient and by further using forms of hypnosis and telepathy could cure problematic ailments such as sleepwalking and other neurological issues. Sibley turned these lectures into actual performances, often choosing so-called unsuspecting members of the audience to perform funny and involuntary acts.
Ward's Theatre Royal. Phrenology and mesmerism. Positively the last 2 nights. This evening, May 4th. Madame Sibley will give her lecture on the organ of conjugality, to the choice of a wife and husband. On Monday, 6th of May, lecture on parental love or the management of children, to conclude each evening with mesmerism.
And all of this at Michael Ward's Turf Hotel and Theatre Royal, Gulgong. Same place, different time.